Welcome to Greek Words in Scripture. This is Lesson 8. We're looking in John chapter 3. We're going to look at two new words, Pharisee and Nicodemus. Here we are in John chapter 3, verse 1. There was a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus. Looking at the word Pharisee, we see it's G5330. And the Greek spelling is Phi, Alpha, Rho, Iota, Sigma, Alpha, Iota, Omicron, Sigma. Phariseos. This was a Jewish sect that started after the exile, which would have been after 450 BC. They believed in an oral tradition as well as the written Tanakh, or the Torah, prophets, and writings. They sought distinction, keyword distinction, it'll be important later. They sought for distinction and praise by outward observance of external rites and by outward forms of piety such as ceremonial washings, fastings, prayers, and almsgiving, and comparatively negligent to genuine piety. They prided themselves on their fancied good works. They held belief in existence of good and evil angels, to the expectation of the Messiah. They expected rewards or penalties after death and a resurrection. Jewish historian Josephus said they numbered about 6,000 in the time of Christ. They were bitter enemies of Jesus and his cause. This word is of Hebrew origin, and the Greek word actually uses the Hebrew letter sounds to transpose it into a Greek word. And the Hebrew word is H6567. Here's the Hebrew word, parash, and it means to make distinct or declare or distinguish, to separate, which is one of the prime purposes for the Pharisees. Its primitive root means to separate. And this Pharisee's name was Nicodemus, and we see it is Nu, Iota, Kappa, Omicron, Delta, Eta, Mu, Omicron, Sigma, Nicodemus. It means conqueror, and it comes from two Greek words, G3534 and G1218. G3534 is Nu, Iota, Kappa, Omicron, Sigma. Nikos. Its definition is victory or to utterly vanquish. And it comes from G3529. Nu, Iota, Kappa, Eta, Nike. Its definition is victory. Apparently a primary word meaning conquest or success or victory. And the last part of the word Nicodemus is demos, delta, eta, mu, omicron, sigma. Demos, the people, the mass of people assembled in a public place. Origin is G1210. Strong's definition as the public as bound together socially. People. G1210 is delta, epsilon, omega, deo. This is a very interesting definition. It means to bind, to tie, to fasten, to bind or fasten with chains, to throw into chains. Here under definition 2, it means to bind, to put under obligation of the law, or duty, to be bound to one. I think that's interesting. This may be where we get our word democracy, to bind ourselves together to obey laws for the good of society. So Deo goes back to Demos, goes back to Nicodemus, which would then be the conqueror of the people. This shows the tremendous Greek influence in the time of Christ. Here we have a Greek name, Nicodemus, of a Hebrew Pharisee leader of the Jews.